Kelly Cowan. After a very successful 20-year coaching stint in and around his hometown of Lakin, Kansas, Coach Kelly Cowan moved west, across the border to the western slope of Colorado to become one of the premier cross-country and track and field coaches in the state of Colorado. Coach Cowan has guided the cross-country and track and field programs at Hotchkiss and now North Fork High School for the past 27 years. During his tenure, the girls' track teams have won 5 state team titles, and the girls' cross-country teams have been crowned state champions twice. Cowan also guided the Hotchkiss football Bulldogs from 1993 to 1996. Kelly ultimately retired from teaching in 2015, but the Cedar Ridge, Colorado resident still makes the trek to Hotchkiss each day to coach. Kelly and his wife of 51 years, Jatrice, have 4 adult children. 3 of the 4 followed in Dad's footsteps and are coaching track and field at schools on the western slope of Colorado.
When I was born, the doctor looked at Mom and Dad and said, "It looks like you got your halfback here." So maybe I started at that age. I knew after my 7th grade year that I wanted to teach English and coach. Wasn't sure what I wanted to coach, but I had a teacher in 7th grade, Sam Burnett was his name, and he was also our football, basketball, and track coach. I knew grammar inside and out when I finished 7th grade, and Sam was a huge influence that direction. And then my dad was an influence because he was a high school principal, so I got to go to every basketball game, football game, track meet with him. And I think that's what influenced me to go to the high school direction, that being around high school athletes, looking up to them when I was a youngster. Like probably almost everyone else, you got to have some good athletes. And I've been fortunate through the years to have some really, really good track people and cross-country runners. So I've been fortunate to have some of the best assistant coaches that anybody could ask for. That have been, several of them were with me for 10 or more years. One back in Kansas, Larry Diepenbrock, a couple of them in Hotchkiss while I was there, Dave Shelley and Krista Karsten, and then one who's been with me for many, many years and is still coaching track for me, Curtis Hintz. Probably one of the most important ones has been my wife through the years, that she's been my best supporter and couldn't ask for any better supporter than what she's been for me. The biggest thing has been the relationships with athletes through the years, that still friends with many, many of them, and contact them now and then and hear from them off and on. With coaches, not just assistant coaches that I've had, but coaches from other schools that, it's supposed to be a rivalry or whatever it may be, but it's not a lot of times, especially in track and cross country. You develop some great friendships. I mean, it's hard, like I say, it's hard to measure that. It's just been such a big part of my life now for nearly almost 50 years. I was speechless, as I said to you, and I think you said something like 95% of those that I call are that way. And because it was somebody kidding me here or what's going on, I always think that's got to be an older guy to get that, and then realize, well, I am. Enjoying every minute of it and never thinking about being the one who may go into something like this. So it was a shock, and it was overwhelming emotion after I sat down and thought about it.
Tonight, help us welcome Coach Kelly Cowan as the 2023 inductee into the Colorado High School Coaches Association Hall of Fame.